nature and back to nature. Green World has been dedicated to integrating the safest and the purest plant essence with cutting-edge technology to provide high-quality healthcare products for people across the globe and advocating the new concept of healthy lifestyle. Green World, founded and led by scientist Dr. Deming Li, a PhD in microbiology at Cornell University, a postdoctoral researcher of University of Wisconsin, USA, and a leader of North America Blueberry Association, initiated the 6G standards for production and services, and is dedicated in their perfection during the implementation. Being in line with GMP requirements, Green World has been accredited U.S. FDA Certificate of Registration, ISO 9001-2000 Quality Management System Certification, ISO 14001 Environmental Management System Certification, and OHSMS 18000 Occupational Health and Safety Management System Certification. Scientific formula, leading technology, and rich resources contribute to the exceptional excellence of Green World products. The R&D team, rich in expertise in traditional Chinese medicine and science of formula, has successfully integrated the scientific research achievements of nutriology, medicine, and pharmacology with the traditional philosophy of regimen. Green World boasts 8 categories of products including food, healthcare, personal care, skin care, and home care products, healthcare devices, functional accessories, and organic biofertilizer. Over 300 quality products have won the heart of global consumers while provided in combined with healthy lifestyle guidance and services. The company has accomplished leading achievements in research of detoxification, vision protection, liver care, and adopting phytoextraction as an anti-cancer agent. The worldwide progress and sustainable development of Green World owes thanks to a high-caliber executive team with clear vision and rich field experience. Green World has successfully opened up markets in Africa, Eurasia, Southeast Asia, South Asia, and North America. Over 40 overseas branches and offices are providing services and supports to their business partners in multiple dimensions. For commendation to outstanding distributors, Green World has awarded more than 3,000 business cars and over 30 villas. Company-sponsored tours have been granted to thousands of distributors, team leaders, along with their families, to enable them travel around the world and share Green World products and innovative business platform with others. Against the backdrop of the soaring Chinese economy, Green World has rapidly entered the Chinese market and received the direct selling license issued by Chinese government in May 2017. Green World has ushered in a time frame of rapid marketing development in which the company is aiming at benefiting more customers and creating a more promising business prospect for its global partners. One world, one Green World. Amid the development of global economic integration, flow reshuffles business, data shapes future, and capital changes its flow direction with the evolution of consumption experience. In the era featuring Internet Plus economy that encourages crossover and cross-border operation, Green World strives to create brand new operation mode that incorporates Green World Mall. Based on principle of consumption creates value, guided by policy of transform added value into consumption, consumption into business, business into opportunity toward financial freedom. Green World Mall was built to create a more convenient, connected, and comprehensive consumption platform that features cost-efficient, benefit-oriented, entrepreneurship-focused, and financial freedom-driven. Through this pioneering work, Green World will usher into a new era of achieving financial freedom through consumption. It completely overturns traditional concept of consumption and transforms it into opportunity toward financial freedom. It provides consumers, business owners, and enterprises a new commercial ecosystem of multi-dimension, where resources of basic necessities of life are interconnected. adhering to the principle of people-oriented and honesty first. Green World will stay focused on improving loyal, harmonious, and steady cooperation among consumers, members, and the company. Let's fulfill dreams and create a splendid future with global business partners and family members in Green World.
Madam Nerlis, may I have your permission to go ahead?
Oh yes, you can go. You can go ahead, Madam Rainey. We are ready.
Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, very welcome to a Friday Empowerment training and presentation. Today is a special day for members of Diamond Club. Today we are very honored to have a special guest from Zambia. We have General Manager, Mr. Peter Liu. We also have today we have three top leaders. Three-star manager, Mr. Jerome Sooli, and also Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe. So today, please, forgive me if my pronunciation is not that correct. So today, let's begin with the interview of Mr. Jerome Sooli, who is the Star 3 manager of Greenwood. So, Mr. Sooli, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Yes, I'm there.
We are very honored to have you today. Please give me a few seconds. Let me open your slides. Because when we studied your testimonies and experiences, we are very amazed by what you have achieved. First of all, as one of the top leaders, you hit all the awards, including Fast Growth Award, International China Trip Award, Small Business Car Award, Luxury Car Award, Villa Fund Award. And your monthly bonus is up to 10,000 US dollars. So we would like to know, when you joined Greenwood, actually you didn't have experiences in network marketing. To achieve such success without previous experiences and a team is amazing. So, Mr. Jerome Sooli, can you please let us know what is the recipes of your success?
Okay, thank you so much, our international training manager, and I'm honored to be on this platform today, and so that I can share the recipes, as you have put it, of my success in Greenwood. Actually, I started Greenwood in 2013, to be specific. 2013, that's when I started Greenwood. I had no experience. I didn't come from any MLM background, but it was my first time to be part of the business, which is multi-level marketing business. And it was a very big challenge when we started the business, a very big challenge when we started the business. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it was a challenge when I started, and it was a new market. To join the business in a new market is difficult because it's a new market. Everybody's new, no leader, no what. You're just starting together. All of you are starting together. So it was a very big challenge. But I thank God for my upline, who introduced this business to me. To be specific, my upline, like Mr. Tedai, he did a lot of good training. So I started the business just like everybody in Zambia. We started actually at the same time with everybody who joined in 2013. It was a challenge. And for me, I was like part of the pioneers, people like who received the manager, Mr. William Zhang, and who would look for the place to start the business and everything. But I didn't know anything. But in the long run, I started catching up. And the training which motivated me a lot, I can remember very well. We hosted the manager for East London, Mr. Bruce. Mr. Bruce called me to the office and said, Jerome, you are the leader. So as a leader, you need to know a lot about this business so that you remain a leader. And that time I was just a 3-star. Then he started coaching me. Even during at night, I could go to his room. He started coaching me in the office. So every time that he was there, he was coaching me until I catched up. So I thank God that I picked up the training and I started now motivating my people. And I can attest to you that all the people that I worked with very closely are still in Greenwood and standing. And they have a very good record because I started building leaders. The principles that I uphold in the business is that I tell people that talk to a friend and make money. So I started building up leaders to an extent whereby I'll make sure that they started making money. They started earning money from the business. And then I'll leave them and then go to another person and build them to be a leader. It was a sacrifice, very costly, but I thank God that today I'm reaping the reward of building up people. Are you getting me?
We get you very well. Thank you. Actually, this is one of the most successful recipes or principles we have because there's a phenomenon of network marketing that somebody is very good at recruiting, but once we recruit the new prospects, we leave them there without any know-how how to do the business and how to make money. So if actually we can consider that you make a practical, down to earth, and very important, very vital principles that you can see, that you can coach until the newcomers start making money. So this is a
Yes.
very practical way to build leaders. We thank you very much. Then can you go a little bit in details? um, Give us an example. How do you coach your new prospects in your team?
Okay. In
Oh,
MLM,
yes.
in MLM, what most people should know, and those that are coming in and the leaders that are in, is that we are in a business of monkey see, monkey do. So there must be a practical aspect in the training. There must be a practical aspect. If you should reach to my level where you should be earning not less than 10,000 US dollars, there must be a practical aspect. Monkey see, monkey do. So I'll go in the field. Like, for instance, maybe the people that we are hosting now, they can testify to you. The two leaders are my example of what I'm talking. They can agree to me, with me, what I'm saying. I used to drive 350 kilometers from where I was to where they are. And I'll stay with them and go and in the field with them, recruit people, train the people, and show them how it is done. And today they are here with me. It's part of my fruits. So
Okay.
we need to build people because I saw potential in them. And I devoted my time to show them how to talk to people, how to prescribe the product, how to do the scanning with the quantum machine. I taught them everything. And from there, today, they are among the Diamond Club, and I'm proud of them.
Great. So you walk the talk. And I didn't really know that. Do you mean that Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe are actually part of your team?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. So we can see the fruits, the most valuable fruits in your business is the leaders that you have developed, and see how successful they are, so we can see that this is the fruit of your wonderful leadership. So thank you so much. We are going to ask them about this part. So
Okay.
actually, you drive, and then you recruit, and you train people how to talk to others, and how to recommend the products, and how to use the quantum machine. So actually, you see that they acquire all the skills and know-how how to make money in this business. I think this is the most important part that we shall learn from you today. So instead of signing them up and then leaving them there helplessly, sometimes, I'm sorry to
Mm,
use this
mm,
word,
yeah,
helpless,
it's
helpless,
true.
and
Because they don't know
yeah.
anything about the business.
And if they don't know, the very
Yeah.
possibly they fail, and very possibly they're going to badmouth the business. They don't
Yeah.
see that they, because they don't have the capability to do the business. They simply tell others that this business is so difficult, the company is difficult. My upline is doesn't give me any support, so this is not a
Mhm.
business for us. So if a lot of distributors are doing this, then this business end up with more and more difficulty. We actually thank you so much for being a leader that can really coach others. So thank you very much. Now the second question is, Mr. Sooli, you've been
Mm.
dedicated in developing market in Democratic Republic of Congo and Tanzania. Can you please let us know how you developed the market in DRC, and what obstacles you've met, and how have you tackled those challenges? Because, although I haven't been to DRC personally, but we know that somehow the infrastructure in that country is not as friendly as in your countries or in other Southern African countries. And how did you tackle all these challenges and develop the market there?
Okay. Yeah. The challenges, there are many. The first challenge is the language barrier. There they speak French and also Swahili, but I happen to be a linguistic that I can speak all those many, most of their languages. So the language, of course, the language barrier, I overcome it. And also, when you are coming from another country to another country, like coming from Zambia, going to Congo, people think like you are going there to give them money, to give them handout. So it was a big challenge to train them how they can start making money through using using Greenwood products. So I hosted them. I started hosting them to Zambia. I'll pay for their transport, put them in the hotel, and facilitate, and started now trying to motivate them, to show them how it works. It took a lot of time, but eventually at least one person decided to take up the challenge, and I started working with only one person. I can tell you that I like to build a leader in a certain country, like here right now. Um, I'm in Tanzania. I've got only two leaders. And whenever I find people, I put them under this leader, because I like to make one or two or three people so powerful in a new market so that they can inspire others. So Congo was a bit of a challenge, but I overcome the challenge. My manager is here. We started doing 30,000 BV, 40,000 BV. We went up to 60,000 BV without an office presence, but we just used the specialty shops, and the business is doing fine.
Oh, we are totally amazed and inspired by what you have done in DRC. language is definitely not the biggest challenge in comparison to build people's mindset, because to change people's mindset from receiving money from you to doing business through their own effort, this is the greatest challenge.
It
And
was.
yeah, this we can see that this is the greatest challenge, because even a lot of how to say, non-government organizations,
Organization.
even they couldn't achieve this, because they were there and people relying on them to donate money to to get money from them. But this is not the best way to help people. Well, we have a Chinese saying that we would rather show and teach people how to fish rather than offering fish to
Give
them.
them
Because
fish.
if you give them fish, sooner or later that fish will finish. Then you would rather teach them how to fish so they could catch their own fish and
Their
feed
own fish.
themselves. So basically, you've done an excellent work that sometimes those non-government organizations haven't done.
They spoil people. They make people lazy.
Let's don't criticize them, but definitely you have done better. Much better than what they have achieved. So thank you so much for this. And to build a leader actually is we can consider to sow a seed of a huge tree there. So if you want to have a garden, the best thing is to sow the seed of a huge trees there. So I think you've done the correct thing in those new market. So this is very important to us, and even without help of the office, with only the support of the shop. Excuse me, Mr. Sooli, would you mind give us the name of the leader you have developed in DRC?
Okay, in DRC, I've got a leader that is based in Kinshasa, to be specifically, is Mr. Mbanda. And I don't know if you can pronounce that. Yes.
Mr. Mbenda?
Yes, Mr. Mbanda. And yeah, but from him, under him, there are a lot of there are a lot of leaders that have emerged, and he qualified as an 8-star. Just within 1 year, he qualified to be 8-star consultant.
Wow, this is a great achievement. Congratulations.
Within 1 year, he qualified to be 8-star consultant. So the business is growing, and because the road infrastructure there, it's very terrible, and there are too many labels. So there are some parts which you can't reach.
Yeah.
There are some parts that you can't go that part. So because it's still under some problems there. But so you are restricted either to Lubumbashi or Kinshasa or some small town. But the country is very huge and there's potential, but to access certain towns and cities, it's very difficult because of road networks. But they are trying to do the best. The consumption of greenwood product is good, and the business is growing.
Actually, we thank you and Mr. Mbenda, because we know some of the roads in DRC is in very poor condition. That is very deep, especially in the rainy season. That there were almost no access into some of the area. And if you could, deliver the products in those areas, you are heroes.
Yeah, because it was a challenge to actually take products, because there we don't use road transport. You have to use the plane from Kinshasa, from Lubumbashi to Kinshasa. It's by plane. So we used to have a lot of challenges, but we managed to break through those challenges with my leader, Bambi. Yeah.
We are inspired totally.
Yeah.
Now let's see what you have achieved in Tanzania, because you have mentioned that you have three bases. Actually, the first is your home country, Zambia, and then DRC and Tanzania. From the end of 2020, sir, you have been leading your team developing market in Zanzibar, Tanzania. I still have the photos given by General Manager Mr. Peter Liu of two certificates. I would show the two certificates to our audience today. With this paper, your team member obtained authority to market the NutriPlant Organic Plus fertilizer in Tanzania in March 2022. Well, Mr. Sooli, we are interested in how your teams perform in Zanzibar, Zambia. First, before you begin, let me share these two certificates to our audience today. This is very
Oh,
important. This is Mr. Sooli. This is in your house.
no, that was at an event when
Oh,
it was the end of year party. Yeah, that's my car, and we had the end of year party. I think that is 2021, 2020 at country. Yeah, somewhere there.
all right. And this is the GM and
Yeah,
you. Okay,
yeah, that
you
was last year. That is last year.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. They
What what
welcomed me.
what kind of award you received from your GM, Mr. Peter Lee? Sorry,
Well,
Mr. Peter Liu. Which award?
this was a recognition award for my achievement in Greenwood. It was a leadership recognition award.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that. Now
Thank
here
you so
comes
much.
the two. Yeah, thank you. Here comes the two certificates. Let me take the bar down. So we can see that United Republic of Tanzania, Tanzania Fertilizer Regulatory Authority. This is the two documents that you obtained, or your team has obtained in Tanzania to market the fertilizer. So can you please share with us, how you achieve this wonderful, this is wonderful result, and how is your team doing in Tanzania about this fertilizer?
Well, I can testify to you that fertilizer, it's one of the hot products that I'm marketing here. It took us about 3 years to obtain those documentation
Wow.
from the government. It took us 3 years. I started the process in 2019, and we just got them. So it was a challenge, because there are a lot of fertilizer companies, and there are politics that are attached to that. But I thank God that we managed to that. So now, because we have those certificates, the business is growing, because we are able to reach out farmers. And in Tanzania, they do grow flowers. They do export flowers.
Oh,
So
I
we are,
see.
yeah, flowers. Yeah, so there's flowers. So we are trying to break through those markets, and also cashew nuts. There's so much cashew nuts here. So we are trying to break through in those markets. So in terms of farming here, it's a huge business. It's a country that survives on farming, and they do a lot of exports, actually. So we are trying to break through in those markets. Yeah.
How is the fertilizer welcomed in Tanzania? How do farmers receive these products? How do they see these products?
The farmers have received this product very well, because we have huge testimonies. Maybe I'll try to post some later in another program. I'll post some of the clips from our farmers from the fields. It's doing very well with the climate and also the yield. It's very good, like on fruits like watermelon. We are getting good watermelon, maize, and also flowers. People are growing flowers because the other advantage that people have liked our new plant organic fertilizer is that it also expel the pesticides. So whenever they spray, they find that the crops, they don't get so much diseases than when they use the other fertilizer. So that one, it's also motivating them. And we have kept on doing trainings, not at the office, but we do training in the field where we call farmers, maybe 3, 4, 5 families of farmers, and then we give them the training. So I've got my downlines who are always in the field to train farmers. And fertilizer is a hot cake. Among all the products that we are selling here, fertilizer is number 1.
Wow. Mr. Sooli, shall we invite you to join the presentations by Professor John? Because every month we have 1 to 2 presentations done by a fertilizer, or let's see, an expert in organic fertilizer, in biology, and also the science about the pest control. So it will be of honor to have you for this kind of presentation. I was sent this the notice of the presentations to, let's see, to Mr. Peter. Then I hope that he can forward this to you. So you are invited for open and professional discussion about marketing, about your field training on this fertilizer in Zanzibar. So is that okay? Because to perform or to market the NutriPlant Organic Plus fertilizer, this is not easy. Like you said, you cannot do the training in the classroom or in the conference hall. Actually, you are going to do it with the farmers in the field.
Yes.
And by the way, it requires a vision of protecting of planet, environment, and soil to be able to use the markets, such as the organic fertilizer, because organic fertilizer is more expensive than the traditional one, the chemical one, for sure is that. So, actually you are doing something like a pioneer in farming. So this is also another amazing thing to us.
Yeah, and but for here, sorry to come in here, our fertilizer is more cheaper than the chemical one, because fertilizer here, the chemical one, is very expensive. Yes, very expensive.
Okay.
So when we compare the prices, ours it's cheaper.
Okay. So this is a very, very important news. Mr. Sooli, I would like to ask your help because, the fertilizer is a very important product of green world, because this going to benefit a lot of people. Healthcare products is generally for those people who want to improve their health and who are sick. But fertilizer is for ordinary people who need food. So more consumers will benefit from these products. So we will ask you kindly share your field experience, your testimonies, either in a photo, in pictures form, or in video form, or even in wording. It's okay. So that is why I sent you my email address. So please kindly exchange this information to me so we can help you to make this information into, let's see, a video or into something very important that can be shared by all the African, the countries who are marketing the fertilizer, including Kenya. Kenya is also very important market, Uganda, Tanzania, and South Africa.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do that and I'll share. And right now I'm developing the market in Zanzibar, because Zanzibar, it's an island, it's an island. Yeah. So they also grow food. So I have opened the market there. That's where I'm concentrating because Tanzania is running. So now I'm concentrating on Zanzibar. And I've identified some few leaders there, and we are trying to promote also organic fertilizer. And we are selling also there because the fertilizer, they have received it very well because food is everything. Food is everything. And Tanzania has been exporting a lot of food, even soybeans. Tanzania has been exporting soybeans even to China. In fact, they don't have even the more of what to export. So the demand is very huge. So the fertilizer, definitely, it's a very good product, and the results are good. So far, so good to the people that are using it, the farmers that are using it.
This is excellent. You mentioned soybeans. Exactly, China is one of the biggest consuming country about the soybeans because we use the soybeans to make a lot of, food, including the soy milk. And
Yeah.
the tofu. So actually, this is of the daily food. We Chinese eat more soy products than meat. Well, hopefully, because this is healthier. And this is how we Chinese women get the most important phytonutrients. We call it the phytoestrogen, isoflavone from the soy products, and also this isoflavone is in the soy power products. And you see, this is how we Chinese people normally we don't really struggle with of menopause. I'm at this age, but I don't really have obvious signs and symptoms because we've been eating this kind of food from very young age. So
Wow.
we wish. Yeah, we wish that your effort could help Zanzibar people, Zanzibar's farmer to grow more soybeans to be exported to China. This is really
Yeah. It's a very big business here because everybody wants to grow soybeans and export it to China because the two governments have agreed. So now there is farming because that market is ready. So that's where our organic now it's coming in. So it's doing very well.
So for next presentation by Professor Zhang in organic fertilizer and farming, I will send the notice to GM. So you are invited to have a very high standard discussion with Professor. Then I'll have more opportunity to learn from both of you. Okay, so Mr. Sooli, what is your plan in Tanzania and DRC?
Well, right now, I'm trying to concentrate to build the market, which is very good in Zanzibar. And when I finish, that's when I think within 2 months, I think I'll be done with Zanzibar. It will be established and they'll be running it. Then I'll try to go and visit my leaders in Congo and just try to see what we can do and just motivate them because they know the business already. So my focus right now is to build the Zanzibar market because it's a new market and I just need to concentrate and also build the people. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. Zambia, I've got my leaders there on the platform, Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe, and we have got Pamela. We have got so many leaders in Zambia that can revive the market. I have no worries. They know what's supposed to do. For me, I'm focusing on new markets and also weaker markets to try and give them the support that they can need.
Excellent. We are looking forward that your team leaders can be successfully developed through your leadership. And already we can see that you have achieved great success. After your interview, we're going to interview Miss and Mrs. Mbewe. And as a Star 3 manager, Mrs. Sooli, what is your vision and your mission?
Well, when I started this business, of course, I had some other things to do. But looking at what I have achieved so far, the dividends and the benefits that I've gotten from the company, which I'm so grateful, from the leadership, the manager, Mr. David Shang, very supportive. Actually, he supported me when I came to open the Tanzanian market. Actually, he was there. And I hosted him here when we handed over about 3 cars to some distributors. That was about 2015, 2016. He has been very helpful. Actually, I'm so grateful to Mr. David Shang and also my manager there, who has been supporting to make sure that the market stands. So my vision is I'm still going. I think before the end of this year, I'll be once the director. I want to be once the director. I think before the end of this year. By next year, I'll be maybe two. By the end of next year, I'll go to 2-star director, and I'll keep on rising up the ranks as I expand also my bonus, my earnings. Because if the more I make money, the more I inspire my people. So I want to enlarge my income, of course, to go to 6 digits plus, and then also open up new markets. After I finish Zanzibar, also there is Comoros. It's another island which is promising. I'm trying to put all the pieces together before I go. I know Madagascar, we did it, open Madagascar, it's all open, but Comoros not yet. So I'm also targeting that island to open up the business. So the future is bright and the sky is not even the limit.
Well, we can see that above your linguistic skills, which you speak perfect English, French, Swahili.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, now to me, because when I studied your testimony, I see first of all, your linguistic, without mastering this 3 language, you wouldn't have done this market, in so many countries with so different language. This is the important thing. But above this, now, after your interview, I got another, how to say, inspiration by your testimony. Linguistic skill is not the most important in your testimony. Basically, you have really the insight in you, the insight to empower people. Okay, first of all, you successfully changed the mindset of people in DRC. We all understand in those countries, they have been used to this kind of mindset that, since we are underdeveloped, you are supposed to give us money to help us with of life. But actually, you successfully, built their mindset to make money on their own. This is very, very important, and successfully develop the leaders there. So the business there can grow. So this is number 1. And number 2, you have another insight about the organic fertilizer in Zanzibar. When other people, they actually focus on, because, believe me, not only the price, but to use the, sometimes to use the chemical fertilizer is even faster. The farmers can see the result almost instantly. But sometimes organic fertilizer doesn't work as fast as the chemical ones. It takes time, and it takes it takes the patience. It needs patience for the farmers to see the result. So this is another very important insight in doing the farming in this way. And also, we thank you very much that you have successfully, lift up the leaders in your home country where they could grow their own business. So you could focus on brand new markets like Comoros and Madagascar. So actually, we see today we are truly inspired today by a true leader with great leadership. We thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, what would you like to see to today's audience? Because I see there are many comments in the chat box that people say that they are truly inspired. So what would you like to say to all audience today?
Yeah, what I can just say to my leaders is that Greenwood is here to stay. This is my 80th year in Greenwood, and if I look back, I don't regret. And it's all about work. Actually, my mentor used to tell me that there's no free lunch under heaven. So we have to work because it's business. It's not automatic that because I've got leaders under me, they'll work, then I'll earn. It doesn't work like that. So we all have to work and build and expand our business. It's very, very important. And awards for me are just a bonus. Awards are a bonus and they are once off. But I always focus on expanding my monthly income. It's very, very important to expand your monthly bonus. It should grow. It should grow because when you make money, it's easy. Like I'm here. This is a foreign country. My manager is here. He's here. I can even say that whatever I'm doing here, it's from the money that I'm making myself. I do register even using my money. Everything that I do is from my pocket. So the more money I make, the more I also expand, plow back in the business, because I know that when the business grows, then my income also will grow. So it's a business that needs to invest time and also your resources and also motivate your people. It's very, very important. You have to look down and train your leaders also to look down to their leaders, because once you benefit from the people that are under you, so you train them to train their leaders. When they are trained and they know what they're supposed to do, and you help them to make money, that's my secret. I'll make sure that I help this leader to make money, because when they make money, they will stay with me. If people are not making money, they don't badmouth, they become ghosts. To deal with a ghost, it's difficult because ghosts, it's difficult to deal with ghosts. So you make sure you avoid ghosts by helping people, not to leave them all by themselves. You are the one who understands the business and identify those who want to learn and then work with them. And then the business will be viable to you. So I encourage you that be a hard worker and also identify leaders. It will be good for you and for your business. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This year, we focus on inviting you for these interviews. Next year, we're going to go into different topics about the leadership and teamwork. We are going to invite you again, Mr. Sooli, and also we're going to invite you for the special program on this fertilizer. So I'm going to discuss this with Professor Jerome, and we're going to invite you for special topics and special presentation. I'm looking forward. We are all looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Mr. Sooli. Thank you. Please, please be with us. It's of great honor to have you. We learned a lot. So next we are going to thank you. Next, we are going to go to the interview of Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe. Stay with us because after this interview of leaders may ask you personal questions. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe, can you please switch on your camera so we'll be able to have a personal interview with you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe. How are you?
We are fine, thank you.
Thank you. How are you?
Great. It's of great honor to have you representing successful couple in Zambia and also in Africa region, because this is the suggestion by a GM, Mr. Peter Liu. Because when we read your story, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I will unmute. Okay. Thank you so much for this. Thank you. So of guests can speak. So, Mr. Prsca Mbewe, you are a registered nurse and you have worked in the health sector for almost 40 years. You're a quite experienced healthcare givers. And we, from the internet, we know that you joined Greenwood because of your health conditions, and this is a touching testimony. So I would like to ask you to share how you have joined Greenwood with us.
All right, thank you very much, Vareni. Yes, I joined Greenwood as a patient of chronic kidney infection with caring. Before that, I had a total of 6 operations, major surgeries, abdominal. And with each major surgery, you need to have a catheter as you go to theater. So many catheters gave me the infection, and I suffered with that for over 25 years. I lived on drips, very strong antibiotics and painkillers. It was very, very terrible. I went to the extent where I was almost giving up and consulted with seniors in radiology, urology, and all these big things. And they decided to refer me to India for transplant, at least of one of the kidneys, the right one, which was very bad, because both kidneys were involved in this problem. So having seen a lot of problems with kidney surgeries, even coming from abroad, I was so afraid. And the other thing that made it worse is that even though we were working, both me and my husband, we couldn't afford the budget to get to India and do the transplant. So we sought government help, only to discover that there were more than 400 people that were waiting for the same assistance from the government. So in short, it was very, very devastating. It was horrible. But at the bottom of my heart, it was more out of fear of death that I did not go for this operation. So I decided to go on leave. I went over 1 year leave just to seek an alternative, which I tried so much with local herbs. My eldest sister had a son who had the same problem, and she persuaded me literally to use herbs, because as a nurse, I'm also a midwife. Our mentality on herbs is bad. We look at them as toxins that will knock out the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the brain. We are so scared in the medical world of herbs. And at that time, I didn't even, really pay attention to appreciate the fact that they are professional herbs, like the ones we have in Greenwell. We just looked at herbs as poisons. So it took me time, a lot of study and research personally to begin to appreciate herbs. The truth of the matter is that even most conventional products have an origin in herbs.
The conduct and actions of both NAPO and NANTU is an unfair labor practice. At a media conference on Thursday, NAPO's General Secretary,
Sorry, please go ahead, Madam Mbewe, please go ahead. You unmute yourself first.
In Zambia, we have a lot of herbal companies. I joined and used their products because just like Greenworld, when you become a member or distributor, you get them at order price. So I worked with quite some companies. One of them is Forever League. I used products for Edmark, partly Dynafarm, but until I used the products for Greenworld, I didn't get my solution. I was introduced to Greenworld by my upline, Pamela Kalukangu, who had been recruited by Mr. Jerome. I first used the uterine intestine cleansing tea very, very successfully because I used to have a lot of fevers, vomiting, pains, all kinds of things. But when I used intestine cleanser, the first sachet of intestine cleanser made a lot of difference. I stopped vomiting, the pains just disappeared, and I just couldn't believe it. It was a miracle. And I knew that I had found the correct product. Later on, I discovered the antibiotics like garlic, but the beauty of it is that these things have no side effects as opposed to the conventional medicine I was using. So I even asked my upline to bring me literature, and she brought me the manual, which I dedicated myself to read and discovered a lot of beautiful, beautiful products. And believe it or not, over 7 years ago, that problem of kidney, vomiting, and all just disappeared with the intestine cleansing tea and some garlic capsule, soft gel. So after that, I had a big, big problem, to work in the hospital because everybody I saw, I thought if this could use Greenworld products, they'll be fine. Later, I also learned the contact, which I obtained, and I was able to, as opposed to our system in the hospital, I was able to get to know what is wrong with the clients in just 2 minutes. It was so amazing. So with all that, I decided to work very hard because, when you read the start kit and get the presentations, there are so many incentives in Greenworld. And I just wanted to prove that these things could be so. And within 3 months, I got my first China trip. And not only me, I think within six months, my husband got a trip and 2 of our children got trips. We were just working very hard. And I was privileged to undertake a trip to China, and what I saw there just changed my perception on herbs. I met Madame Demingly, that gentlewoman, unbelievable. I actually had an opportunity to talk to her, and I was convinced beyond any reasonable shadow of doubt that these Greenworld herbs are actually professional and excellent, very effective. So when I came back from China, I just decided to leave work and do Greenworld full time. The beginning was not so easy. It was rough, but with a lot of effort and dedication, self-motivation, we managed to get very, very, very far. So I would say these products did not just take away my suffering from the kidney problems, but it also gave me a lot of money in the pockets. When I was working, I was in the senior most office of nurses, but I was getting very little money. But when I joined Greenworld, it trebled within a few months, and it just went soaring up. So it was very, very encouraging. So it's not just the healing I got, but also the financial benefits. Because I remember at that time we had children in university, And before Green World, we were literally struggling to raise funds. But when we joined Green World, we could, comfortably pay the university fees, and it was a lot of relief. So Green World has done a lot in our lives. I'm sure even my husband will attest to that. And we've helped a lot of people. I remember we had our very, very first days, we had a lady who had terrible problems with asthma, and she was living on oxygen, literally. She would be in the hospital even for a month, and things like that. Very miserable life. But when she came to us, we checked her up with the quantum, and we were able to encourage her, get treated. And she was so amazed that she could, do without oxygen. And we encouraged her to start distributing the products because she had a testimony. And she went all out for it. And she was able to also undertake a trip to China. And her life just changed. Up to now, she's still using our products, and she doesn't have terrible attacks that need oxygen. Yeah. There are a lot of other testimonies for products that have been used. We've dealt with, I remember one nurse who had the cervical cancer third stage. She came to us through referral by someone who had used our products for the same problem. It was cleared in just 4 months. And she's married and has children. There are a lot of wonderful, wonderful testimonies about what our products can do. We have celebrated a lot of babies in infertility couples that, came to us, and they've used our products, and they have had children, and we've celebrated. So these are wonderful, wonderful products. We enjoy recommending them to clients, and we work hard with our downlines to recommend them to the clients as well through our specialty shops. We have quite a number of specialty shops that are being run by ourselves and some downlines. Yes. Vareni, that's what I can say.
Thank you, Madam. First of all, you look gorgeous and healthy. You don't look like a person who had disease at all. So congratulations. We are so proud of you, and we are so glad to see you.
Thank you very much. I feel
like
great.
this. Okay. And secondly, you're a professional health worker. So if from your mouth you have said that the products worked through your own testimony, through so many testimonies of your colleagues, of your patients, of your friends, your customers, then we get the word. So this helps us to gain more confidence of the products of Green World. So we also thank you for, spreading this message to so many people. So more people get helped and more people get their life changed. So actually your testimony is a typical one from a consumer, from one who benefit the products into a business success. So this is really wonderful. So actually this tells a lot of distributors and of future distributors that don't worry if you don't have many talents or skills of business, you still can achieve success through consuming, through sharing your personal testimonies to others. So still you can achieve success. So we can see that through doing your business, you achieved a star one manager, and also you have qualified for the China trip awards, South Africa trip twice, and Zimbabwe trip once. And also your team members so far have qualified for 13 small car awards. Is that so, madam?
Oh, yes. In fact, as a network, we have qualifications of over 50 China trips, though we haven't undertaken all of them. I think the past 2 years have been quite tough because of the COVID. But I think when the trips open up, we are going to have very big teams coming from our network. Yes, we have achieved 13 cars. In fact, in a month or two, we'll be getting our 14th car in the network. We are using the first car that we got from Greenworld in 2014. But all the other cars, we've put them to good use. You know, the beauty with Greenworld business is that when you win a car, if you have, like us, we've won the first one, which we are using to do business better. The other cars, you get the money equivalent. And we've been able to undertake big projects. Like now, we are putting up a shopping mall out of the car awards. In fact, we work hard to make sure that every year we come up with a car, as we push our downlines also to get cars. Because for sure, if they can achieve something, they are more motivated, and even the people they recruit also, they are happy. They have money and they achieve, you know, the targets. We are actually working hard to make them understand that in Greenworld, motivation is better if you can achieve awards.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
Karen.
Thank you, ma'am. So now we would like to listen to Mr. Mbewe for his testimonies of business in Greenwood. And we would really like to know how you two support each other, help each other to achieve success. Because, you know, to have such a kind of, you know, relationship in different aspects, different dimensions. You know, this enrich your life. This makes your life more meaningful, more beautiful. So let's hear from Mr. Mbewe, Mr. Charles Mbewe.
Good evening. I'm delighted to be able to talk to my fellow distributors all over Africa and beyond, and also to my fellow Zambians. What I would say is that we've worked closely with my upline, who happens to be my wife. And so I would say I've been doing more of field work, because she sits in the office and she attends to clients. I go out to meet the clients, to do the recruitment and all. And I do the trainings to complement our work. And yeah, so as a result of that, I've not been like a sleeping partner, so to say. What I've done is I've played my role as a distributor and my wife as a downline. And in so doing, I've worked so hard over the years that I've personally been to China 5 times. I've qualified to go to China 5 times. And other than that, on the local level, I've qualified for the awards that are local, like to go to Livingston, where there's the mighty Victoria Falls, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. There was a promotion that I qualified for, and I've been able to go to another place called Shavonga, which is the largest man-made lake in Africa. I've been there on promotion, and I've been to South Africa 2 times in my personal capacity as a distributor, but obviously working alongside my upline. And so all in all, I would say Greenworld has changed my life, because I used to work as a miner. I used to work underground some years back. I stopped that, and I did some other things. And ultimately, I started doing Greenworld as a result of seeing what the products could do for my wife's health. So she was the first one to sign up, and I signed up after her. And so over the years, from 2013 to date, we've been in it for 10 years now. And in the 10 years, so many things have happened. And we expect more things to happen as we continue to work with our team. I've been to different parts of the country to promote Greenworld. Been to the southern part of Zambia. I've been to the northern part of Zambia, very close to Tanzania there, and in a place called Tunduma. I've been that far. On the southern side, Sesheke, which is on the border with Namibia. I've been there to promote the business. And recently, we have launched into Kasumbalesa border with Congo, where we have set up a shop there. So we have big plans so that we keep moving, and we keep encouraging our downlines so that what we are doing, and they're getting motivated. Of the 13 cars that we've won as a team, we hope to get more. In the course of the year, we're expecting another one, which will be the 14th one, as been earlier indicated. And so we want to continue recruiting people to expand our business and to help our downlines to get a better bonuses and achieve awards. I expect that by the end of the year, I should be a 1-star manager. Yeah, that's my target. And in a not long from now, begin to build up from there. She mentioned about the shopping mall that we're constructing in the city of Chingola. We want to see it, phase 1 of it start functioning within this year. Before the end of this year, it is in 3 phases. So phase 1 will have, we want to open it by the end of this year, and we can go into phase 2 by next year, until when we get to the 3rd stage of our project, which is a shopping mall in the town center. And it's so amazing that people come to ask who we are working with in terms of partnership, because people think that we've gotten maybe they are Lebanese or Indians or Chinese that we're working with in partnership to get the money, but that's not the case. All the money is coming from Greenworld. And yeah, it is amazing that apart from not being in partnership with anybody, we have not gotten any loan from anybody. No bank has given us any money to build that shopping mall. It's a pity we don't have the pictures right now, but next time around, we should be able to post the pictures of the shopping mall that we're building in Chingola so that people can see what we're talking about. And yeah, so that's what I would say for now. In terms of what I've done and how I've been of support to my upline for her to be able to achieve what she has achieved. And I believe that in the Bible, they talk about iron sharpening another iron. And I think that's the idea, that I get support from her, and I support her, and we work together, and we believe that we shall go very, very far. My challenge to the other distributors is that where there's husband and wife, I think let's encourage such couples to work together. You get better results than when you work alone as a married person. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are very touched about your testimony. May I ask one question, if you don't mind? We see that Greenwood has changed Madame's health. Obviously, I saw a question from the chat box, what products Madame has used and for how long. I think, we'll invite Madame to see this later. What I got from her testimony is she used the ink cleansing tea and the garlic oil. But for how long, we'll ask Madame to see this. But this is not the most, well, we'll leave it later. But, I remember when we had an interview with one of the South African top leaders, he mentioned that one of the most touching and forgettable experience with his wife is, one day they went far to do the business, but they couldn't afford coming back by taxi. So they actually walked hand in hand in the Johannesburg street for many hours until they reached home, which is almost early in the morning. So Mr. Mbewe, based on so many years of supporting your wife, supporting Madame, can you give us one of the most touching and forgettable experience in doing the business together as a couple?
You can carry on.
Okay, can you give us an example, a very touching and forgettable experience when you do the business together with Madame that you'll never forget? It is in your heart. Can you give us such an example?
We have had an interruption in the network. I can hardly hear you.
Okay, sorry for this.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but faintly.
Oh, okay. Well, can you give us an example when you're doing the business with Madame? What was the most touching and forgettable experience you have?
One of the experiences that I've had that I'll never forget is that in my outing, I went to a place called the Northern Province in a city called Mpika. The Zambians know what Mpika is. In there, during my outing, I went through a similar situation like the one you have described, where according to my budget, I needed to stay in a lodge for so many days. But the people on the ground kind of misled me because they didn't tell me exactly what was going to happen and what kind of people I was going to meet. So I actually ran out of money, and I managed to sleep in a church. I slept in a church for about 5 days because I didn't have the money to be in a lodge. I slept in a church. I asked for a space in the church, and I slept there for 5 days. And that experience I'll never forget. Whilst I was there in Mpika, I called home. I said, look, this is my situation. I've run out of money. The people that were my hosts, they misled me. And this is the kind of situation that I'm in. And believe it or not, in the church, there was no inbuilt toilet or bathroom. I had to go a distance of about 200 meters away from the church to seek, a toilet and a bathroom. It was terrible. But I went through that, and it is in my memory, and I do not think that I'll forget a situation like that because it was something that was traumatizing to me. It had never happened before, but there it was. I found myself sort of like stuck in my missions to try and recruit people and expand the business. I slept in a church for 5 days with no toilet inside, the toilet 200 meters away from the church. That was a kind of situation that is stuck in my mind, and I'll never forget that.
Oh, we see. So definitely you have tackled many challenges like this. Well, for our understanding that the recruiting line, actually we call this is a genealogy, runs like this. Your upline is Madame Pamela, right? And Madame Pamela's upline is Mr. Jerome. Is that so?
Yes, Madam Prsca's upline is Madam Pamela, and Madam Pamela's upline is Mr. Jerome. Yes.
Okay, and what would you like to see about the leadership and coachment by Mr. Jerome? So, how did he, or how is he supporting you? Can you give us some of the examples?
I can't really hear you, but I think it's a problem of network. But if I get you right, I was saying, what are some of the examples of leadership that would like to see?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Any leader has to sacrifice. Any leader has to inspire people. Any leader has to be hardworking. Any leader must be in a position where you look at the interest of your people before yours. And without that, it will be very difficult to inspire and encourage other people and motivate them. So in Zambia, at the moment, we are trying to do that. Obviously, we have branches in so many of our provinces, and would like to find ourselves in almost all the provinces, exhibiting the same qualities that I've been talking about, but it takes a lot of commitment, it takes a lot of resources, and it takes a lot of sacrifice. And so this is what I can say is a kind of leadership that we want to see in Zambia. We have it, but we need to have more of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, I think today we have invited a general manager of Zambia, Mr. Peter Liu. So I would like to invite him to, to give us a speech, to say something about, the group, the leaders and, the leadership have presented by the leaders in Zambia. So I would like to ask him to say something to us. General Manager, Mr. Peter Liu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, sure. We are so honored to have you today, and we are so proud that you have such a powerful team of leaders in Zambia who has already expanded the business beyond the border of Zambia, actually far to Tanzania, to Congo, even in the future to Comoros and Madagascar. So, what would you like to see about your great leaders in Zambia?
Okay. Thank you, Madam Rennie. Thank you for your question. And for the leaders, and as we heard just now from Mr. Jerome and Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe, as the general manager, I am the witness of their achievements. I can see, I have seen their business, the growth of their business, and I have seen how hardworking they are to to make these achievements happen to them. So for me, I feel very lucky to have these great leaders, and they are hardworking, and we cooperate very well with the office work, with our financial work. And for me, I will keep supporting to all these leaders who is working hard for their business to grow. Okay, that is what I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Thank you. Because of your leadership and support to your team, this is one of the foundation, one of the base why your teams can achieve so far. So without your support and your help and your leadership, we see it could be more difficult for them to have gone so far. So we thank you very much. And we thank you. We know that Zambia company is making great progress in recent years. Even during the COVID-19, you have successfully pushed the sales up. So this is a great achievement. And also, in Zambia, you have done a lot in promoting, in marketing the fertilizer. We saw the photos that you went to the field and worked together with the farmers to check the farming, to check how the crops are working. So, Mr. Peter, is it possible for you to give us a brief introduction of your field work with the farmers?
Oh, yes. That is on the 1st of August, and for office, we are receiving some leaders from Copper Belt and from southern province, from some leaders, and we are together. We went to a farm at in Lusaka, called that area called Shimabala. Shimabala. Yes, Shimabala area. And we went there to check the result of our fertilizer, with to which we supplied our fertilizer earlier. And at the first, we went to a farmer called Madam Mary, who has grown the chili and the onion on her farm. Madam Mary was very happy when she met us, and because the results of our fertilizer is really good, and his life even changed financially because of the good harvest of our fertilizer. And then from the farm, we went to another farm. The farmer the farmer is a couple called Mrs. and Mr. Peary. That farmer is the bigger one. They are planting maize, planting rosemary, planting lettuce, cabbages, and some other vegetables. And from there we also invite a cameraman from Prime TV. Even we did some video. We captured some video. So in the future we are planning to do a documentary through Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, so that more people can see the results of our fertilizer. So more farmers can know us, so that they can also benefit from our fertilizer. This is what our office, Zambia office, is planning to do with the leaders. We are promoting our fertilizer to benefit more farmers. Thank you.
Thank you for what you have done. Thank you, GM, Mr. Peter. We appreciate what you have done. This is a very important, just like what Mr. Jerome said. Greenwood products, well, the healthcare products is about health, but fertilizer is actually about food, about the daily necessities, the food of African people. So you've done a great job, and we wish that we could invite you to a group discussion with Professor John during his presentation about the fertilizer. So we would like
Yes.
you to introduce this and present the photos, and even we play the videos. And
Yes.
we do need this documentary. This is very important, not only to farmers in Zambia, but I see in the chat box to farmers all over Africa, in Nigeria, because we know the fertilizer is being marketed in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Uganda, Tanzania, and Zambia, and in the future in South Africa as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we
Yes.
thank you. We appreciate your work and your work with your team.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Thank you. We are
Okay.
honored
Thank
to
you.
have you
Okay.
today.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam
Thank
Rennie.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Mm.
you. And Mr. Budiman, I see you are there, and I know that you have traveled Zambia doing the training almost in all the provinces in Zambia, and you must be you must feel very happy to see of leaders there. So now I give the floor to you. You must have a lot to say to those leaders and also GM. Now, okay, Mr. Budiman, it's your floor.
Thank you, Madam Rainey. Thank you, Mr. Peter. It's been a long time. I think it's 2016. Yes, I've been traveling in Zambia, enjoying a great time together, and I'm very proud, especially to Mr. Jerome and also to Mrs. Mbewe, Mr. Mbewe. I really remember at that time that we are having a tough time in Zambia. The sales is not good. There's no products. The management is somehow like not well managed. But even Mr. Jerome has have discussion with me at that time. He has a lot of wish, and now I think, Mr. Jerome, your wish has come true. Now Zambia, we have a great manager, Mr. Peter Liu, who already helping all the leaders, helping all the distributors. So now we can really see Zambia is totally changed under the leadership of Mr. Peter Liu. So Mr. Peter, I would like to congratulate you. Unfortunately, actually, Mr. Peter invited me to Zambia, but because of the at that time, I think in year 2019, because of the immigration issue, though, so I cannot come to Zambia, but hopefully in the future I will come back again to Zambia. And I remember at that time, Mr. Mbewe, Mrs. Mbewe, you invited me to Copperbelt, to Chingola, and we tried to gather people, we tried to do presentation, and you have been doing the business so well, two of you. I'm very proud of you. I know there are so many challenges in Zambia, but today you have shown us that because of you never give up on doing this business. You just keep moving, whatever how much the challenges we are facing in Zambia. But now you have proved to everyone that Zambia one of the fastest business growth in Africa, honestly, nowadays, okay, honestly. And even I also remember Mr. Jerome. Okay, she's been with me also all the time when I was in Zambia. And even when I visited Tanzania, even Mr. Jerome come to Tanzania. I know Mr. Jerome has some teams in Tanzania, and they're also very active. So I also very proud with Mr. Jerome, because honestly, Mr. Jerome told me that many companies offered him a leadership position. But he said, I will stay in Greenwald because I have my children, I have my grandchildren in Greenwald. I have to support them. I cannot run away from them, no matter how hard the situation that we are facing right now. But I believe we will survive, we will go through these challenges, and now we can really see the growth of Zambia, especially under the leadership of Mr. Peter. Am I right, Mr. Jerome? Yes, we have been chatting together many times. So I'm very proud for the leaders of Zambia that you are still there, even though many challenges, and even you have now expand the market very well in Zambia. Many people now really benefiting from green world products, and then also the business. Even I'm very surprised, Mr. Mbewe, you are telling us that you have been collecting like 13 cars in your team. So it's a very good progress of Zambia, and I'm very proud of you. Hopefully, even though I'm not in Zambia, but through my WhatsApp training from the back side, from the back office, it will support your team through the Zambia WhatsApp group. So, Mr. Jerome, keep doing it. I know you can do it. You can do even more. Okay. Hopefully, we also want to see your Tanzania team also can grow very well. No matter what, please work together with our general manager, Mr. Peter, how to solve the challenges. I believe Mr. Peter has the leadership to support everyone in Zambia. Madam Reni, I think I want to share to everyone. My last word, I want to say congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe. Congratulations, Mr. Jerome. Congratulations, Mr. Peter. Zambia is the best now.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Budiman. You know, in the chat box, we see that somebody says that Zambia is on fire. You know, actually, Zambia has been on fire for the past few years. You know, gradually we see the progress, we see the change, as you said. So, really, congratulations, Mr. Peter Liu. You've done a great job for Green World in Zambia. We appreciate your effort.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Madame Nearness and other leaders who have tuned in today, it's of great opportunities to talk to those great people, great leaders in Zambia. Catch this opportunity, ask them questions. They are there.
Yes, you are right, Madam Rainy. Thank you. And Mr. Peter Lee, Mr. Jerome, and Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe, this has been a beautiful evening. I was so looking forward to this, and I actually, you very much inspired me. From your stories, the way that you're handling business, Mr. Jerome, Mr. Sooli, the fact that you have, I mean, you have a plan of starting the business in this country and moving, leaving the leaders and going to the other one, doing the same. That you don't know what it has done to me. Is I'm sitting here, I'm like, Nero, you can do this. You are going to. So you will see fire. And Mr. and Mrs. Mbewe, I know we've been together in China, I think 2 times. And you have always been my silent inspires. Yes, we enjoyed in China, and we really didn't get to know your stories. But today, after listening to your story, especially Madam Prsca, your testimony, I think it's exactly what we needed to hear, because there are many people that are in need of our product. And I think you spoke also to nurses, you know, nurses and people who are in medical field. We always struggle with them. They always have, you know, this thing of our products are not as strong as the Western medicine. So I think your testimony is exactly what we needed. I'm very grateful for sharing. And the other thing, as Zambian leaders, Mr. Peter and your team, there is this video that has been circulating from your branch. It's about the fertilizer. That is a killer. You don't know what it's doing to our markets, but we truly appreciate you guys sharing that. you were, I don't know, you were, it was in a market and you were presenting the fertilizer and all. It's doing wonders. It's a pity that here in South Africa, we don't have the license yet, but it is doing wonders. We appreciate you guys sharing and we are learning a lot. So questions, I have no questions, but I'm very much inspired today. Thank you very much for sharing.
Okay, thank you.
We see, thank you very much, Madam Neronis. We see in the chat box comments from Nicholas Likoko of Kenya. He said, a very supportive manager. Keep it up, Mr. Peter Liu. Congratulations. And we also see another one from Uchenna Adzi from Nigeria, that we also need this program. Don't worry, because we take turn to invite the top leaders and the general managers. Now we have gone through South Africa and Kenya, Zambia, and then we are going to cover West Africa, including Ghana and Nigeria. So definitely in the future we are going to invite the top leaders from Nigeria and also the GM from Nigeria. We will be looking forward to that. We are waiting for that. So leaders, I see somebody raise your hand. Please, you can ask questions to these top leaders and even the managers. Okay. I see somebody raise your hand. Thank you, Miss Madam. Madam Malta Mbewe. Good evening, ma'am. Would you like to say something to us? You can unmute yourself. Okay, Madam Malta has thanked the manager from Zambia and the top leaders and all of us to have this opportunity for a chat. So, Madam Malta, would you like to say something to us?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Madam.
You are
Good
speaking to
evening.
Malta. Hi, Miss Rennie and the leaders at large.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Good evening,
Can you hear
Madam.
me?
Good evening, Madam.
Right. I am so impressed to see the leaders embracing actually our brand, because Greenworld, as far as I see it, it's gonna go places if us as leaders, we embrace it, because this is the legacy of our children. This is our future. And if we can hold hands together and let us not actually allow anyone to break this, because Greenworld, as far as I know, for 15 years I've been to Greenworld. I am the testimony of this Greenworld. Greenworld, I would say it's #1. And I will really appreciate all the leaders if they can see the way I can see it. Let's hold hands together and let us not let anyone take this out of our hands. And thank you to our Dr. Demeng Lee and Mr. David Zhang, who actually brought it in Africa. I'm telling you, Greenworld is gonna go places. Thank you so much, my leaders. I'm so motivated, and looking at your age, I'm telling you, you're talking about building a big mall. You never thought of this. You never even dreamt about it, but Greenworld has made it come true. So Greenworld is to be thanked, really. Thank you so much, so much. as for me and my family, we say forward we go with Greenwald. Never go back. Forward
That's
ever
right.
and backwards never. One day I'll come and visit you in Zambia. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter. Keep on helping distributors. They need this. We need to be helped by our managers. Keep up the good work, Mr. Peter. Thank you so much. Mr. Jerome, I can see you are shining there in Zambia. Just keep up, my brother. Let's keep holding on.
Thank you.
Greenwald
Okay.
is #1. Thank you so much.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Madam Reni, keep up the good heart. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Madam Mota. I know you're forever there for us. You know,
You're welcome.
yeah, you're actually as a star, guiding us. So, from the first day I, joined Greenwood, you are there, and, you actually always support us, show us the direction. So, as long as you are there, we have all the, the confidence, and we have the hope. So thank you for your support, always.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And we see that Mr. Jerome raised up his hand. Mr. Jerome, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, my upline, Mauta. I remember when we met in China, you taught me something that I never forget.
Oh, did I? I can't remember.
You can't remember, but even when we met in South Africa, I reminded you. You told me one thing. This is what you said. This is about
what did
8 years
say?
ago.
Yes.
Matt, yeah, I think we were moving from Shanghai. We were going to Nanjing, somewhere there. And we stopped somewhere. Yeah, just for refreshment. The picture is very clear. And I told you that, look, this is what I told you to say, look, we are just new in Zambia. We have just started the business. And please, can you come and train us? You remember? Then you say, Jerome, do the work. Don't wait for anyone to come and do the training. Train yourself. If there is no one to train you, train yourself and move on with the business. These were your words. And 8 years down the line, here I am, inspiring my leaders and building the team.
I'm so proud of you. Very good.
So thank you so much, Malta. Thank you so much. You are an inspiration. Yeah, I call you Iron Lady.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a suggestion just to our training.
Iron Lady.
Yeah, we're not your Iron Lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah. So I raised my hand, Rennie. I raised my hand. I wanted to suggest this to the club, to the team leaders.
Please, sir.
Yeah. Okay. One thing that I have seen and I've learned in Greenwald, and even buying or borrowing from other MLM company, I think we should work together on this point of edification. Edification, because in this business, we need to inspire each other. Very key, because just imagine the words that Martha told me 8 years ago. She forgot, but I still remember them. Because they were words coming from a leader. And from that day to date, I still look at her as, an inspiration. So we need in Diamond Club, I think I expect more that we need to start recognizing each other and inspiring each other for the sake of sustaining the business. What brings growth in the business are people who are coming to join us. The more people, new people are coming to join us, the more we'll even make more money. So, you know, it's not an easy business. It's not. It's hard. So when we enhance, we put up certain programs just to recognize leaders from various countries, just mere recognition, it will boost the business. It will boost the business. I used to buy cars just to motivate my leaders, my downlines. Sometimes I'll show them how much I'm making for them to be motivated. I'm breaking grounds in different countries just to show them, to say, hey, you can blow up your market. You can enlarge your market share. So all these we need to encourage each other and inspire each other. It's very important. I think we need to work on recognition, leadership recognition, not only in South Africa, not only in Zambia, not only in Kenya, but as Africa as a market, we need the way the club has come up.
Mr. Jerome, you know, your work is well noted.
That is my contribution and just a suggestion, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your suggestion. This is a wonderful suggestion. So we are doing the recognition so far. So this is actually just the beginning of self-introduction. So after we finish the first round, we are going to have the second one. The second round is going to be the topics by club members, by Diamond Club members. So we will require each and every Diamond Club members to prepare your own topic, the topic that you are really good at and you feel that which can really help other leaders to grow. So we thank you very much for your suggestion. It is well noted, and we are going to bring it to another level. So thank you so much for today. Thank you, Mr. Peter Liu of GM from Zambia. Today is Zambia evening, and not only today, we hope that in the future, Zambia can really give us more motivation and inspiration. Just as Mr. Jerome has said, we need you. We need you to inspire us. No matter we are from South Africa or Nigeria or Kenya, we are from the same family of Africa.
Yeah.
I myself is a half African. Okay, I myself is a half.
You are a South African.
Okay.
Yes. You are a South African.
I'm an African. Okay, so I want to be, we want to form a family, to share, to inspire each other, and
celebrate, and celebrate each other's achievement.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
exactly. So we thank you very much for being with us today, and especially special thanks goes to Mr. Jerome, Miss and Mrs. Mbewe, and also thank you very much, Mr. Budiman. We are going to invite more of the leaders that you could recommend to us from the West African part. And thank you very much, Madame Neronis, for being there always, and Madame Mota. And also GM Glory, we know that you are there, every time, even you didn't see much, but you are there supporting us. We thank you so much for every one of you. We love you all. We are going to look forward to the next one. The next sharing and presentation by Diamond Club members. So we wish you all the best. We'll have a special summit of the fertilizer. We are going to invite Mr. Peter Liu and also your team, Mr. Jerome, and your team, whoever is specialized in the fertilizer, to have a group discussion with Professor John. Thank you, and we are going to play the video. Your effort is going to help so many people in Africa, because we know after the COVID-19, with the global warming, the climate pattern is changing everywhere. Now in China, now this is almost 3 a.m. in the morning. Outside, the temperature is still 35 degrees Celsius. We never had this climate before. This is we see the change, so we need of support to how to do something for our planet, to do something for of Mother Nature. So we thank you very much for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rennie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once
Okay,
again.
okay. Thank you, Madam Rennie,
you.
Mr.
Thank you once
Budiman.
again. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank everyone.
Mr.
Bye.
Peter, Madam Rennie. Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Bye.
See you guys next week,
See you
next
next
Friday.
week.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Amelia, Kisumu,
Hello, Mr. Malta. Thank you.
you're welcome, my love.
Okay.
Rennie.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It was so nice to have you here.
Too
Yeah,
nice.
it was so nice, so nice, so nice. Madam Rennie.
All Greenland family. Bye.
Bye-bye,
I love
everyone.
it.
I love all of you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Mbewe. Bye-bye.
Paul. Paul Mutukumira, tudo bom?
Shouldn't have done the phone, yeah.